and they have a lot of challenges that they need to work upon to see that achieve if they want to get into that, because of one or two things. If you look at the performance, because UPDF beat Busoga in the previous game, Busoga, they had a chance to make sure that they get themselves in yesterday's win. Now let's look at how exactly comes in there. You would see that the team that was really on top, that is of course Bull, now is 1 point shy behind of course the team of Chitara. They are 49 points, and of course Chitara sits with 40 points after also Chitara having gotten them clashed in right there. And then you have Vipers that has still played less goals than any they have played so far. They have 2 games at hand to play, and they have 35 points. So them winning, if they win all their games, they will go to 38, 42 points, which will keep them as the table toppers. And I don't see a goal probably after all these games are played to be such a team of Vipers or being in that league because of one or two things. Because if you look at the previous right here, you would see that the results were not really whelming for a team like Bull Football Club, and that means there are issues. You did see them being held by URA by 1-1, and then you did also see them push a lot, and UPDF now disappoints them. They had a draw with the Maroons Football Club. For a serious team, I don't think that is what is coming. Moreover, you need to win the game. And then the Bright Stars, after winning, I think that was their last win in there. So they have gotten chances to see that they get in there. But who are the next opponents probably for Bull Football Club is the question that one would be asking. After playing yesterday, they will be having Villa at Still Njeru, and Villa is not that side that you're going to be also joking. A lot of Bull, by the way, has a lot of also injuries right there. You do have Bull playing Airtel Chitara. That's also going to be another decider for them. And then you have Bull that will also go and play the team of, after all that, Express. So you see all these games coming in there shows to me, yeah, that's where I'm seeing them probably. They may not be to the best, and Abe Chikomeko needs to do a lot to make sure that if he wants to win the Gong, but it's going to be very difficult for them to win the Gong because it's so tight. Now, if the Vipers who are rejuvenated right now play their 2 games and win them all, then I don't see pulling them down would be also another problem. So yeah, those are the games that are there. Today, we have games on card, as you will be seeing teams like, of course, Express taking on Wachiso Giants. Mbarara City will be welcoming Gaddafi as NEC Football Club welcomes Maroons at home. And those are the games that will be coming right there. Yesterday's game saw 2 red cards for each team, Bull and, of course, UPDF respectively. But today, Express will also be Angry Lions to see that they get this against, that is the wounded, of course the wounded Express get it against, that is Wachiso Giants. So what are you thinking about this, and what do you think will happen in this game today?
Express up against there is Wachiso Giants. It's going to be a very huge game. This game is going to be at Mutesa 2 Stadium down there. If you look at there is Express, recently their run has equally not been quite a very good one, and same applies to there is Wachiso Giants. So basically the 2 teams need this very win so badly, and to me I think it's going to be a very huge clash where both teams will be seeing to it that they actually fight to attain all 3 points to themselves. But definitely this will be of course this will be decided at the end of there is the 90 minutes of play. Looking at Express and Wachiso Giants, weighing them, I would say that I am actually seeing a draw here. But Mutesa 2 Stadium is basically not so good for there is always the visiting teams. But we've equally also seen teams that come there and collect all other 3 points and go away with. So to me, Express and Wachiso Giants, this is quite a very hard game to decide. To me, I am really anticipating a draw because trust me, Express wouldn't allow all the 3 points to slip into the hands of there is Wachiso Giants. Same as Wachiso Giants wouldn't allow. To me, I am seeing Wachiso Wachiso Giants equally also fighting tooth and nail to see to it that actually they retain all the 3 points. So basically, at the end of the day or at the end of the final whistle, I will be anticipating sharing over the result points.
Of course, the Wounded Express will be expecting for that game to be one of the biggest games, as the limping side of Wachiso Giants will also be looking forward to see that they need really to push off, and they will be seeking for redemption in this game that will be coming right today. Now, of course, in this, you would see that the two sides coming in this game had different games that they played. Express were 1-0 losers to that is Sports Club Villa, as of course 4-0 losers that is the team of Wachiso Giants to Viper Sports Club. Remember, they are taking their game to be played at St. Mary's Stadium at Chitende, where they played that game. But of course, Mbowa is looking forward, or Beckham Mbowa is saying that this is the time they need to achieve something right there. Now, a couple of names have been listed in the red zone or in the red in the sick bay. For that is the team of course, all the absentees in the team of Express. You could be seeing names like Alpha Sali, Marvin Oshaba, Ramsey Kawoya, and of course Isaac Wangona, who probably could be one. Yes, those are the names that you could be expecting and them to be there. And then you have Wangona, you have Jonah Simwe and Timothy Semfuma. They have enough time to, of course, get past. That is the Purple Sharks right there, because they are ready to participate in this game. So the visitors, yes, in the relegation struggle with 20 points and of course 12th position, and they have their defender, of course, Ambrose Rinda and John Kadu back from that is a suspension, but of course their person that will be missing will include Apollo Kagongwe, who of course is one of the names in the under-20 national team that is already in Accra, Ghana, playing right there. Of course, they had a very impressive performance, beating Team Senegal, beating Nigeria. Now they're into that is the next level of their finals. So you'll be seeing them there into the semi-finals, probably trying to see in the quarterfinals, trying to push further to see that they get themselves into the semi-finals and push right there. So they had a very, very tremendous outplay. But what exactly will we see from this team? Wachiso Giants are unbeaten right now as I talk against Express, by the way, in their last 3 games after losing all the 4 meetings they had, of course, encountered or gotten in there since they were promoted into this team. So could they use that history to make sure that they get themselves right there? That is one thing we should be asking. Could we see that happen for Wachiso Giants?
Wachiso Giants, like you had earlier on said, are very wounded, same as Express. So that's why earlier on I had said that these two teams will, of course, be looking into collecting all the 3 points. They badly all need these points. Wachiso recently were humiliated, I would use that word, but sorry to say, there is a St. Mary's Chitende not even scoring 1 consolation goal for the rest of the people that actually traveled with them to go back home with. They were beaten 4-0, but that's why the other time I said they both benefited out of that game at St. Mary's. Wachiso looked at the revenue bit of it. Chitende looked at the Chitende-based side. There is a Vipers looked at collecting all the 3 points. So basically, the two sides benefited where it was due. So I think Wachiso Giants this time coming up against the Express wouldn't really allow there is Team Express to equally humiliate them. They would be looking into, of course, gaining back their victory days. They would be looking at beating there is Express, and probably this would be the time that Express would be beaten down at there is Mutesa 2. Maybe I will definitely bring you this update tomorrow after today's 90 minutes.
Now elsewhere, you'll be seeing a very big game, of course, between NEC Football Club and the team of Maroons. This game is going to be under floodlights, by the way. It's going to be at night, so we shall be expecting a lot from that same thing, Uganda Premier League, after, of course, getting to see who probably would be making it right there. But, of course, we're expecting a tough encounter for the two sides that will be participating right there. Do we expect NEC? Because they, after getting here, they were already winners, and Maroons had held Team Bull in a goalless draw. So this time round, what are we expecting from NEC and Maroons?
Maroons and of course NEC, there is at MTN Omondi Stadium. Maroons this time around, like I said, Maroons, we saw them deteriorating somehow, but returning back for there is a second round over. There is a Star Times Junior Premier League. We're seeing a bigger and a better side of Maroons. Maroons has returned back very energetic. The players are fighters, and you literally see the fighting spirit in all of the players that touch. There is of a pitch where they always are playing too. So basically, Maroons, I think, they always fight when they are home down at Luzira. So basically, it's always hard for a team that goes down to Luzira to pick a point, even 1 point, sharing it with Maroons down at Luzira. And basically, we've equally also seen Maroons crossing out and beating out their opponents several times as they move out to be visitors into there is the homes of the different teams that they visit. So this time around, Maroons up against NEC. We've equally also seen a NEC deteriorating over time. We literally saw them being fighters. We literally saw them winning in games, beating in people for fun towards the end of towards the end of a first round. But a second round, I think, has become second round has become very difficult. It has become so tense to it that we're literally seeing teams that used to beat people for fun in first round being beaten even at their own homes. So basically, the Maroons, for the fact that they were able to hold KCCA at Luzira to a draw, I think this time around the rest of the people will be seeing that they equally win this game up against NEC. NEC is equally a very big and better side. They're very organized, and they have been doing trainings ahead of this very game. So I am giving all the odds to there is a Maroons. I'm seeing Maroons, of course, coming out as victors in this game at the end of the 90 minutes after 7 p.m.
Let's wait and see how exactly that will be coming right there. Now, of course, when we go away from there, we're looking at the African Games 2023, where, of course, a couple of things are happening. Yesterday, we did see the Uganda ladies team, or the Queen Cranes, that overcame, of course, the Ethiopia side to, of course, register their first win. Remember, they had a game yesterday, and Botes had given a list of names that probably are going to be doing so big right there. The under-20 women's national team registered their first win, and that is the ongoing African Games in Ghana. Now, of course, it was a 2-0 win over, that is the Ethiopia. And of course, you should say thanks to the 2 goals from, that is, Catherine Nagadia and Dorcas Lualisi. Lualisa, who of course had a very big first half impression to put work out right there. I think it's taking shape in football. The ladies are doing well, the hippos are doing well, and this is one big thing in that is the sports world right now to talk about. So, do we expect them come up with medals this time round still?
To me, I think the team under there is a gaffer, Cheryl Botes, definitely is going to come back with medals. But we've equally seen our teams do well from the starting stages, and then they get to disappoint us towards the finishing lines. We've seen this several times from the senior team to the junior team. But basically, the junior team are doing so well in the All-African Games. To me, is quite something very impressive. And these both teams, this time around, I am seeing at least something positive in them, something that they would win in most of the games that they have started. This time I'm seeing them pushing through to the finals and coming back with medals because basically they've done this and they're always beaten towards the end. And I think they have literally realized where the mistakes are, and they have tightened in the loose balls over where they used to blunder there. So this time around, the ladies under Cheryl Botes, trust me, it's quite a very good one. And winning in the very first game is always very decisive, and it brings in more energy into the camp. It brings in more energy into every other stakeholder that is involved in most of these games. So basically, I think they're equally also getting in the energy from there is the hippos that are doing so well. So it would literally be so bad that the female side turns out and is not performing. So basically, the both sides to me are doing so well, and I have still a lot of hopes in both teams. There is the hippos and Cheryl Botes and her squad.
Yeah, it was a perfect start for the team and pushing it right in the right directions. But I think there's one big challenge of course, how the team really tried. Yes, they tried, but of course things did not work well for the first game. But second round, they went and strategized. The team that started against, of course, Botes made only one change in the team that started against Tanzania, with Nalukenge, who came in, of course, for Nagadia, starting the game. And of course, you did see her change the face of the game and push things work out correctly for such a team. Now, that's one big interesting thing about Sherry Botes, who, of course, knows his team very well, trying to push it very close and near to what exactly you need to put. But all in all, I believe they are trying everything possible to see that work is done, and they prove to the world that this is where we have to push it. So it's getting great, and there were, of course, chances that they created, but out of the chances they couldn't convert so many goals. Only 2 goals came in there in that first half interval. The names like Nagadia and Nalukenge had a couple of chances to score, of course, goals, but couldn't push it right there. So it left, of course, this left the team in a 2-0 thriller. So right there. But of course, we're expecting them to go and push it right close to the next level. Or the next games are right there. Probably for the games that will be coming. Not only that, in still the African games, we did see, of course, Lydia Nachide, the Uganda weight lighter, impressed, of course, despite missing the podium appearances in that is the African Games, 13th edition, right there. So, but she did her best to make sure that things work out for them in there. And of course, we are waiting to see, because Ghana has condemned the Gambia to pick first win at that is the 13th Africa Games in the boys category of football and 20. Now, those are some of the big things right now I can give you as an update. Elsewhere, CAF Champions League continues, and interestingly, there's going to be a clash in the CAF Champions League, where you have a couple of names that will be coming. Which team will face what? But one of the biggest draw that has come in is the side of course, of Yanga going to play Mamelodi Sundown of course, South Africa. Now, that's one big game to watch, with the caliber of Mamelodi, with the caliber of Yanga in there. How do you rate this game?
By the way, this is a very huge game. Total Energies CAF Championship League. Of course, these games are already set to start. If you look at Yanga this time around, from the previous games that they had in their country, that is in Tanzania, you'd literally get to see that they almost beat all their opponents. And also, I think the 2 teams that are heading in from there, Yanga and Simba, this time around are quite teams that we are supposed to watch. And I am giving out, I think, a challenge and a bigger one to stake it up on Yanga. They have a very good side, by the way. They have very good players. If you look at Yanga and their stats, basically, you would basically get to lay in all your stakes on Yanga. They're a very good side. I've been following the lower league that they have been playing. Of course, the league that they have been playing in their country is far much lower than the CAF Championship. So basically, they are going to play against bigger sides like the Wydad Casablancas, Derija, and the rest. So Yanga, I think I am giving them a bigger stake to winning their first game in that draw.
Now, to me, of course, Yanga will be at home. Yes, they will play at home at maybe Dar es Salaam Stadium, or maybe their own home. But I want to be quite sure and say that if Yanga wins against Mamelodi Sundown, then maybe there should be something wrong. And why? Because Mamelodi is one of the biggest clubs that has, of course, a style of play, total football, that is right there. We've seen the squad of Mamelodi Sundown is around 11 or 9 people who represented, that is the team of South Africa in what is called the Africa Cup of Nations, recently, and you would see that a couple of names came in, all from that is Yanga, and even the leading coach, goalkeeper, was from that is the team of Mamelodi Sundowns. So you would see a pattern, and you look just at South Africa's national team, the Bafana, that tried pushing things right here and there. It wouldn't really mean anything right there, but all in all, they were so brilliant and performed very well to see. So at home they may maybe draw or what, but still Mamelodi Sundowns is going to be a better side. Another side is of course now when they go to South Africa, because it's home and away basis maybe, then they wouldn't survive, and that is where you're going to be seeing chances coming in there. This is a team of Musepe, who of course is the coach, who is the CAF president, and we shall be expecting to see his team perform very well. Simba will be taking on that is Al Ahly of course Egypt, and Simba is from Tanzania still. Esperance of Tunisia will be taking on that is of course Ivory Coast team called Mimosas, and then you have TP Mazembe of Congo taking on of course Tunisia's Patro. Of course Morocco, Morocco's Tunisia Patro de Luanda. Those are some of the games that will be coming right there for you, probably in the CAF Champions League in there. Those are the draws that are right there. We are going to be taking a break. When we come back, we shall be coming back with all